Very happy New Year to you all. Welcome to Cricket Talk with Venky. Venky, happy New Year and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Srinivas Murthy. Happy New Year to you and to all the viewers who are going to, who are watching this program. Wishing them all the very best with lots of happiness, good health, and prosperity.
Yes, health is very important, Venky, as you rightly put. See, the Indian team is also, struggling with certain injuries. The latest news says that KL Rahul has, sprained his wrist and he is ruled out of the Test series.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, Srinivas Murthy. I mean, he had a great opportunity to play in this Test match, and of course that he's been waiting in the wings. He's been waiting in the bench, and he's someone who has been very consistent, of course, in the shorter format, and also he has developed. He's matured as an individual, as a batsman. So I mean, it's an unfortunate incident, I would say. But these things happen in game. It's part and parcel of any player. So you got to just deal with it, and not just Rahul, KL Rahul. It's also the team management. I'm sure that would have upset their plans, isn't it? So in that sense, I think a bit of a beating as far as the strategy for the Indian team management is concerned.
Now, this is, actually added to the injury that Umesh Yadav sustained during the second test, and he is also ruled out. So as such, not only India, even Australia is also battling with certain injuries. Even David Warner, whether he'll be 100% fit or not. Then there is that Pukowski who has to come. James Pattinson again is ruled out of the series. So this series is prone with injuries. Why do you think this is happening? Because they have come after a long gap, is it?
Oh yes, could be. There is all the possibility that since you're playing a high profile, high intensity matches. Whenever India and Australia are playing two very very good teams, the intensity really goes up. So obviously, to maintain that intensity and sustain that intensity for long periods of time, it's not going to be easy because of the pandemic. And why I'm bringing this pandemic is only because they have not played cricket for quite a while, for almost say about 8 months. I mean, till the IPL in UAE, till then they had not played any cricket, and suddenly there is an IPL which happened. There is huge load on the players, and on top of that, high intensity, high competitive matches against Australia. It is not going to make any life easier for any of the players. So probably one of the reasons why we are finding so many injuries.
Absolutely. And then coming to the third test match, which is starting on 7th, Venky, it is happening in Sydney. Your memories about Sydney ground, you were there, part of Indian team in 1999. Then you went there as a coach. What do you recall or remember about SCG?
Well, it's a wonderful atmosphere to play in. SCG has got a lot of history behind it, and like Lords in England, players would love to play at MCG and SCG. So the Sydney Cricket Ground, and I mean it's a great place to be. But one thing is for sure that Indian team can expect a lot of support from the from the crowd. There's a lot of Indians in Sydney. New South Wales, and I'm sure they can expect a lot of support. And having won the previous test match, the second test match, and going into the third test match at SCG, one is the players and the team are very confident, of course. And on top of that, the support that they would, I'm sure they would get the kind of support that I'm imagining because of the population, Indian population there is going to be brilliant for them.
Now, when we talk about history, you told about SCG. So if I look back at the records of Indian team in test at SCG, India won their one and only victory. That came in 1977-78 when our own Chandrasekhar, the leggy, took 4 wickets in first innings. Then our E.S. Prasanna, the magician of spinner, I would say, took 4 wickets in the second innings. GRV, of course, scored some 89 runs. He was the highest run getter. Last series, if I see the records, Venky, India batted first. Even though the game was drawn, That game was dominated by India. Batting first, India scored 622 for 7 declared. Pujara 193, Rishabh Pant 150 plus.
That's because of the nature of the pitch, I would say. See, MCG is different. MCG is more for the faster bowlers. There's a bit of a green on the pitch, so it helps the fast bowlers. There's going to be bounce. There's going to be movement of the pitch in MCG, whereas SCG is more towards favoring the batsman. So in that sense, batsmen should enjoy batting there and scoring big and putting a big score on board. And of course, towards the end, maybe on day 3 or it's the beginning of day 4, after the first session, it can start turning as well. So probably there is going to be some bit of assistance for the spinners as well towards the end of the test match, or the 4th and 5th day of the test match. So I would say this should suit the Indian players. One is Indian batting has been terrific, of course, leading by Ajinkya Rahane, and Rohit Sharma. Of course, he's going to be coming back into the squad, and he's also been named the vice captain, Srinivas Murthy. So in that sense, the batting is going to be that much more strong. So obviously, the team would be looking for the batsmen to go out there, take some time, get adjusted to the pace and bounce of the pitch, and score as many runs as possible, and put a big score on board, and that should give a lot of confidence for the bowlers to get the batsmen out.
Canara Bank, together we can.
No, you said Rohit Sharma is going to be in the playing 11. The question is, in whose place is going to come? Is it going to be Mayank Agarwal or Hanuma Vihari?
That's a very tricky question, and I'm sure even the team management also would be scratching their head in terms of bringing in Rohit Sharma and making him play in the position that he likes to play, or he's been playing for the test matches of late. I mean, that's its opening slot. Now the question is, who's going to go out? Is it going to be Mayank Agarwal, or is it going to be Hanuma Vihari? I would personally, if you ask me personally, I would say Hanuma Vihari should be kept out. But now the question is, if Hanuma Vihari is kept out, obviously he's a mid-order batsman, and you've got 3 openers. That is Shubman Gill, Mayank Agarwal, and Rohit Sharma. Now, who's going to play in that number 5 position? I would push Shubman Gill to play at number 5. So Mayank and Rohit has been, as openers, they've been formidable. We have seen that before. So they have some sort of an understanding. They complement each other. In that sense, I think I would stick to Rohit Sharma and Mayank Agarwal to open. And 3-4 as usual. That is Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane. And number 5 would be Shubman Gill.
Super. Now let's say the batting lineup is worked out or sorted. The question is, who is going to come in place of Umesh Yadav, who is injured and he cannot be playing the third test starting on 7th. Is it going to be Saini? Is it going to be Shardul Thakur or Natarajan?
I would still go with Saini. In fact, last match itself, I was saying that Navdeep Saini should be included in place of Mohammad Siraj. But just that probably the team management must have seen something from Mohammad Siraj in the net sessions and so on. So obviously they were more confident, and which he delivered. In fact, he showed that why the team management is confident on him. So now, of course, Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj being part of 11, the third pacer would be Navdeep Saini, I would say.
So India would actually look formidable with 3 medium pacers and 2 spin options. As you said, on 4th day or probably late on the 3rd day, the wicket may assist to spinners. We have Jadeja, we have Ashwin, 2 proper spinners. So India, I would say, is well placed when compared to Australia.
100%. There's also another aspect as far as bowling is concerned, Srinivas Murthy, is that there might be some reverse swing also. When the pitch is good for batting and probably assist the spinners later on, that means to say that there won't be much of grass. Of course, we are just talking now, thinking that, or assuming that there's not going to be much of grass. So when something like that happens, obviously the ball tends to reverse reverse quite a bit. So obviously that helps the fast bowlers. Having said that, definitely yes, I've never seen an Australian side like this. Most vulnerable batting lineup. Absolutely no technique in their batting, and in fact, Australian batsmen are very, very good when it comes to short pitch deliveries. But here, the batsmen are not watching the ball. They're getting hit on their elbows, they're getting hit on their shoulders, and getting hit on their helmets. I have never seen an Australian batting like this, which is so weak. It's very vulnerable, and it looks as if there is from the Indian fast bowling attack, looks like it's Dennis Lilly and Jeff Thompson, that sort of an attack. So they've literally scared the Australian batsmen. There's no doubt about it.
Why not, Venky? Let Bumrah be the future Dennis Lilly or Thompson for that matter. Superb talking to you. Thank you so much, Venky. For India, 2020 ended very well with that victory. Let's hope that 2021 begins in even a grander manner, I would say.
Thank you very much, Srinivasmurthy.
Thanks, Venky. So, folks, if you want to hear Venky talk about the ongoing Australian series, you should be subscribing to Canara Bank YouTube channel. Please watch our show, pass your comments, and share the matter with your friends. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful third test match.